Hey everybody, I'm Robert. Welcome to the Nurburgring. I've got the one and only Tom Stamp with me here today.
Welcome.
What are we doing today?
We're trying to fix my my car.
Let's go check it out.
Which one?
So Tom has a Range Rover.
Yeah.
That we all gave him a lot of shit for buying.
Yeah.
He was going to get an E92 M3.
Yeah.
He's going to become a racer boy.
Yeah.
Stance boy. But that he actually, I think he made a good decision by going ahead and picking up the Range Rover. But here's the current state of affairs. As we go down, we can check it out. So this is what we're doing at the moment. We currently have the T6 here, bringing life to the Range Rover, just so that we can drive it over to Rennsport, where they're gonna try and put a new alternator in it.
They're gonna put it back to life, yeah.
The issue with this car is that the alternator is basically like a motor out job. We actually put it up on the lift and took a wheel out to find out where it was.
It's
I'm sure,
so deep in there, it's ridiculous.
I'm sure someone on here is going to be like, well, I changed my alternator in my Range Rover in like 45 minutes in my driveway.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. But I mean, we've asked everyone. Tim's had a look at it, George had a look at it, numerous mechanics around here have had a look at it, so it's time to bite the bullet and get it in the shop. Yeah,
so the reality is that the Range Rover will not start because the battery's completely dead and there's no alternator. So what we're going to do is we're just going to unplug the T6, we're going to start up the Range Rover, and we're going to drive and see if we can actually make it,
there, yeah.
What, about 8 kilometers with no alternator, just running on a dead battery. So to make things more exciting, George is going to take his Mark IV Golf, and if it breaks down, the Golf is going to tow the Range Rover. So that's what we're up against.
It's going to be exciting, so stay tuned to watch the British chaos. Being British, basically, that's it.
Yeah, and they're bringing the poor Americans into it as well.
For backup.
All right, Tom, give it a whirl, see what we can do.
Step one, we are getting power because the step came out.
Look at that step. See that? He uses the step because it's the only thing on the vehicle that works.
Okay. Purrs into life.
Oh man, look at that. Give it a little rev.
Reaction. Oh, you spool.
We should go.
Got some fun. They're really good as well. They're the best handlers. That's really fun. All fun. We needed to pay that bill.
Well, let's go disconnect the T6 and get out of here. You gonna get that down, Tom?
Yeah.
Look, I don't have any fond in here. Here's the rescue vehicle with George. He's gonna come show Tom Stamp how to work a bonnet.
Get outside because it's bending. Did we fasten the battery terminal on or?
Good enough. It's running.
Yeah. Down she goes.
You wanna take those, George?
Yeah. In fact, I'll just take my card.
All right, this is hopefully the cure to all of Tom's woes.
This is the alternator. Ugh. A little bit more expensive than the E46 alternator that I had to buy as well. But.
All right, ABS fault. Stability control not available.
It's got every fault.
This is a fault code fault. All right, let's do this.
Camera fault.
Oh, what are you gonna do without your camera system, huh?
I don't know.
All right.
Okay. Low fuel warning.
Oh goodness.
The screen's just gone off. It's not a good start, and I can't do anything.
Alright, well, we're not even getting out of the car park.
Let's turn it off.
You're done. Okay, start it up. Let's see what happens.
Oh my word.
We didn't make it out of the driveway.
So
Alright, I think it's time to go to plan B.
Okay, what's that? Hey Daniel, it's Tom. Hi, yeah, so we tried to start the car and it didn't go anywhere, so the tow truck's coming right now and we're just going to put it on the tow truck and bring it over. Okay? Alright, see you soon. Bye bye. Nice scenery right there.
I mean, at least it's a beautiful drive, huh?
Yeah.
Should we get out and like do some shots of the range going by with this beautiful scenery? I feel bad wishing Daniel a successful season, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I like him and I want him to do really well. But
It's a little catch-22.
Yeah. So here we are at Rennsport. You'll remember this thing, which we actually made a video about this car and talking about the season and what we had hoped for and what we expected. And obviously the season didn't turn out the way that anybody had planned. So yeah, so the car's sitting here at Rennsport waiting for the season to start. We still haven't decided what we're going to do, if we're going to run the entire season or not. I do believe that on 27 June will be the first official VLN race. They're going to pack in 8 races this season, but the first races are going to be without spectators. So you're going to have VLN 1, 2, and maybe 3 with no spectators. We'll see. At some point we can get going with spectators. The issue is that in order to run the N24 race, they really need to have 3 good races under their belt so that the teams can practice and qualify and do everything like that. So that's a big reason to push for VLN, obviously, other than just all of us enthusiasts that want to take part in it. But we got to run the car in the practice day or the testing day. I think it was March 14th or 15th, and then the next day the Nurburgring had 1 day of TF and then was shut down. So hopefully we'll see more this season about Nurburgring with Apex Racing, but just stay tuned for that. We'll probably do another video on what our goals are and what we plan to do. All right, Tom, you're one step closer. How does it feel?
Looking forward to getting my Range Rover GT3 built by Sorg.
So we said goodbye to Daniel from Lens, or Daniel Lens, and I told him that I wish him luck tomorrow, but hopefully not on our behalf. It's always tricky when you think about those kinds of things, because every time you think about it, then it falls on your shoulders, and you end up having the accident. So let's hope it doesn't happen, and let's head back over to Apex. Maybe we'll talk to Tom a little bit more, George, and close this one out until tomorrow. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed us screwing around and having a little bit of fun with Tom's Range Rover. It's been a thorn in his side for, I don't know what, the last 2 months. Yeah. I actually made a post in the Apex chat group. I said that if it wasn't out by Wednesday, which is today, then I'm gonna have it towed. So
that was all employee cars. But, you know, we thought we'd set the example today.
Yeah, I mean, there's always an example of why you make that, you know, for all employee cars, but but seriously, I hope you guys enjoyed that. This was kind of more of a vlog style, and don't get used to that from me. This was something we just did for fun to kind of mess around. But tomorrow we're gonna all get back out to TF, and like I said earlier, it's gonna be my first laps of the year. I'm gonna start with the Polo, then I'm gonna switch to the Cayman GTS, both fun cars in the wet. As it starts drying out a little bit, I'm going to switch to the GT2 and then onto the 675 when it's fully dry. Then I think on Sunday, when it's supposed to be nice and dry out, I'm going to go to the pista, see how that works with the new tires and everything like that. Real quick, just another recap. Misha and I did a video about contactless TF and what that means. Basically, it means if you're not coming to the Nurburgring to drive, please don't come. I know it's a great place to come and walk around and watch the cars, set up and grill and everything like that, but it is really important that the track stays open, not only for us as enthusiasts, but for the Nürburgring themselves. So the whole idea is that the TF car park will be closed, right side entrance will be closed. There will be no physical ticket sales available, so if you need to buy tickets, you're going to have to do that in advance. Come with them on your app. Connecting your PayPal account to your app will be the best bet. And also, if you are having trouble connecting a payment, we have learned that if you go online and actually do it from a computer, it's much better than doing it from your phone. That's something that we helped a couple people with.
You can also link your card online as well.
Yeah, that you can link the card, but the Nürburgring's been seeing issues with that on international deals. So PayPal, they said, is the most reliable secondary card, but also try and do it from an online platform. Finally, a new announcement is the Nürburgring is opening up the paddock, which is behind the GP track. The GP track is closed, but let's say there's a track closure and everyone needs somewhere to go. The paddock behind the GP track will be open and available for you guys to park. And finally, the gravel parking lot back behind the ticket office is also going to be open. That's not a big publicity thing that they really want 100 cars parked in there, but if you need to shoot off in there, check your tire pressures really quick, that is a place that they've actually set up that you could do that. Please don't gather there. There's going to be people from the community of Adenau. There's going to be police officers. There's going to be state representatives that are definitely going to be driving around the Nurburgring on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, seeing how it goes. And you better believe that if those people see that we're all gathering and causing problems and doing all these things, that they will shut it down. So definitely keep that in mind. Keep your social distancing and go from there. A lot of people will say, oh, social distancing, you're 3 people in a car. We're also at work. This is what we're doing. If you're at work in your office, you also have different standards in that regard. But when you're out in public and you're doing things, make sure that you stay 2 meters apart in the TF car park, or I should say the gravel car park or the paddock. Try and keep the socializing to a minimum so that we can have the most fun we can for as long as we can while the Nurburgring stays open. Anyways, catch you guys tomorrow. We're going to do some onboard videos, some first impressions, first lap videos, and things like that. So catch you tomorrow.